Welcome everyone, one and all, to my reaction to Season 1, Episode 5 of Bridgerton, The Duke and I. So, last time, obviously, we ended on the shocking moment of Daphne accepting the terms, meaning that her and the Duke are set to be married, which it wasn't so shocking, only because she was kind of put in a corner with everything, with the, like, stressful situation of them about to shoot each other, along with that girlie having some knowledge about Daphne going out with the Duke into the dark. So I know that she was kind of pressured into it, but hearing her actually accept the terms of like not having kids and everything, it was quite shocking. It was quite surprising. So we'll see how that affects her character going forward. We'll see if that affects the relationship, if it starts to turn a little bit bitter, a little bit sour, because she knows that there's this important part of her life that she's not going to be able to have. I guess we shall see. But yes, with that said, very excited to get into it and see whatever comes from this. So without further ado, let's go. Oh my god. That is one dirty dress indeed. It's alright, they've got the money to replace it. And... oh my god. Oh, it's such a good sleep. Oh, I feel so rejuvenated.
Is my mother yet awakened?
Do not overindulge.
My darling, you've got the biggest hangover I've seen in a while. You definitely overindulged.
Some garlic, Mom, should be just the thing.
Raw eggs and garlic. That will definitely wake you up because, Jesus, ew.
I'm engaged.
Oh.
Oh, well, that is wonderful news.
Mama, I'm engaged to the Duke. The Duke asked for my hand and I accepted.
You do not seem pleased, whatever is wrong.
Yeah, you gotta tell her the terms.
But it simply happened so quickly. I've not had a moment to take it in.
You gotta tell your mum about the terms of, like, no family and that. That's a big thing to discuss with your mum.
Could we not obtain a special license to marry this week? I do not wish to lie to you. But the Duke and I...
You do not need to tell me anything. Whatever happened between the two of you.
Okay.
When it comes to love, such things happen much more frequently than one might expect. Even your father and I, we had trouble controlling our passions as well.
Okay, girlie, that's not what we're talking about, but hell yeah, I'm glad you had a good time. Bless. But yeah, okay, this is interesting hearing from an older woman in the society. I know it's her own daughter, so obviously there's not going to be as much judgment, but you know what I mean? There's like a severe lack of judgment here, which is interesting. It either speaks to the individual or it speaks to the idea of being a completely different person behind closed doors, you know, having different opinions than what you put out when you are out in public. I feel like every single person in this society has to be two-faced one way or another, you know? But yeah, I hope Daphne does discuss the family thing with her mum, because I think that her mum is like the person to talk to about stuff like that and to understand motherhood, to understand if it's something that Daphne will truly need in her life, if it's something that will feel like she's lost, if she does give it up. But I understand if she wants to like keep it to herself for a while because she's still processing everything.
My darling girl, you are getting what you always wanted. You are marrying for love.
Well, there's definitely love there. I don't know if they're marrying for love.
It is therefore my great pleasure to announce the news others questioned, but I never doubted.
All right, Lady Whistledown, shut up.
How does she report my triumph?
Officially betrothed to the Duke of Hastings.
Queenie's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Has something happened?
Oh, bless his little heart. Oh, I feel so bad. No.
There'd be a more dreadful fate.
Damn.
You do know that I am setting the standard for your future matches, yes? You should be grateful.
The only thing I'm grateful for is that I am not you. Nor will I ever be.
It's a frustrating part of Eloise's character because it feels like she takes a lot of the frustrations of the society out on Daphne. That being said, I understand why, because like Daphne is the one in front of her perpetuating all of these things. She's the one bringing these things up constantly, and like when it is so ingrained in Daphne's life, of course it's going to cause tension between the two sisters. It's upsetting seeing these two people argue when like it's neither of their faults, the way that they feel and the way that they want to live in this society, you know? It just sucks a bit when you see stuff like this because it's like you're shouting at the wrong person, but I get why. Also though, I didn't realize that Eloise would be next season, like literally next year, so yikes. That is not long at all then.
You have nothing to be sorry for. No promises were made. The fault is mine for misreading your polite attentions is something more.
Oh wait, no, that's actually really sweet, although that hurts my heart.
Because if the Duke is forcing your hand...
Forcing
Oh,
me?
Jesus.
My goodness. If anything, I'm the one forcing him. Enamored with each other. Nothing could stand between us. Not even, I'm sorry to say, the attentions of a good and kind man such as yourself.
Nice, Daphne. Good way to end that. Bro, my heart, he actually seems like such a sweetheart. I'll take him. Like, if his hand's still free, I'm available.
A most heartfelt congratulations, Your Grace.
Did you bring the bar with you, boy?
Perhaps we should promenade?
This is so, sorry to pause again, but this is so awkward. I can't. It's making me uncomfortable. I'm not ready to watch this. Like, oh, it's like there is love there, but with all of the tension and all of the, like, quote unquote animosity that is still in the air, it's like, fuck, how on earth are they meant to present to the world as a couple in love? Good luck.
Simon, look at me.
Well,
You little bastard. We were about to have a moment.
We are so happy.
very much so.
Wow. Oof. I want to hear where his head's at, though. I want to hear what's, like, truly bothering him. Because, like, there could be multiple things right now, but I want to hear, like, within his mind, what he thinks the problem is.
May I?
She's not here.
I only take a moment of her time.
Sienna's gone.
Gone.
As it transpires, my lord, she does not need your money, nor anything else from you for that matter.
I don't blame her one bit. Like, I thought that this would happen. He made some big promises.
Well, the young ladies have plenty of dresses. Perhaps it is possible for them to wear them all again.
And perhaps it is possible for you to do without your tobacco as well.
Nice. Stand on business, girly.
I bring you flowers on each of my visits, and yet you react with admirable surprise every time. A bushel of tomatoes, perhaps.
Marina hates tomatoes.
Oh.
That is untrue.
Oh.
Bring back a tomato plant for Miss Thompson as a souvenir when you return from your travels this year.
I am uncertain of my travels at the moment. There may be things in London I should miss even more than seeing the world.
This is going to be so problematic because, like, I don't know how, like, the money things would work when it comes to Miss Thompson and all of that, but I don't know if she would, like, give money to the Featheringtons as well if she marries in. I wouldn't think so based on her treatment. Like, if it is her decision, I wouldn't think so. But I was more so thinking this might cause drama between Penelope and her mother because of that. But if it isn't that they would get money in that regard, maybe her mother would pick up on Penelope's vibes here and try and get them together for money purposes, you know, get into the Bridgerton monies.
Marina's young. Years from seriously thinking about marriage, and I would hate to think Marina is simply wasting her time. Time she simply does not have, of course. That is all.
Sneaky little bitch, but I love it. Can we really blame her? If you, like, had this big crush on a guy and you were watching this happen, you would definitely do the same.
What could I possibly need with 5 new night dresses?
They are not for you, ma chère, but for your amoureux. What else do you think a honeymoon is for?
Oh my god. And yet they still haven't told her anything about, like, sex or anything like that. It's crazy.
Oh, I do hope your wedding dress will be ready on time. Madame Delacroix must be working so fast.
Piss off. You're so annoying.
Fair at this time of year? Well, I suppose it depends on how much time you and the Duke spend outdoors. No chaperone in sight.
Difficult to see the gardens with any real clarity at night. Unless you were actually out in them yourself.
My view of the garden was perfectly clear from the safety of the terrace, Daphne. I never would have imagined that a Bridgerton would ever come to know such shame.
Okay, so I've been wondering for a while. Obviously, I understood when it came to, like, going in the gardens at night, why that would be a problem, because they'd be like, oh my god, something happened out there. I always wanted to understand what they thought when it came to why that was such a big deal, though. And it makes sense then. So they see it as immediate, like, you had sex. Like, it's confirmed you went out there, you had sex, you trapped him into marriage. Which is so, like, what? It's really hard to wrap your head around this idea of how little freedom these women had. Like, even the bare minimum of, like, taking a stroll in the garden with a man at nighttime is the worst thing that you could do. It's like, fucking hell. Leave her alone.
I am to be a duchess, and you shall be just as you are now, unmarried and untitled.
First, let us see if you actually managed to drag him down that aisle at all. I'd imagine a man like the Duke does not take kindly to being forced into anything.
Yeah, I agree. And even though I don't think Daphne necessarily forced him, there definitely was a level of, like, we're not just making this decision together. You know, there was a feeling of being forced. So I'm sure that's where a lot of his pain is coming from right now. But I want to hear his own words as to what his issues are. Like, why he seems so, like, I can't think of the right word right now. antagonistic. I don't know.
Hastings is merely a duke. You are a prince.
I have no interest in brandishing my title before the young lady, nor do I need to.
Yeah, he knows that she's marrying for love, so major respect to him.
What do you want?
It is the king, your majesty.
Dead.
Lucid.
Girlie, that was crazy.
While you may be content to accept defeat, it is certainly not how I approach things.
What does that mean, girlie? What was that look? I don't like that. What are you gonna do?
We should discuss the matter of Daphne's dowry. There is nothing to discuss. I will not accept one. I beg your pardon. I need not be paid to marry Daphne. It is frankly an insulting custom in my judgment. You may...
Me too. Damn, I love that.
Her well-being is my responsibility now.
Okay.
I take that duty with the utmost seriousness.
Good to hear. Damn.
Perhaps, my lord, you should not.
Oh.
Denied. Not to mention Whistledown. Far too much time to uncover the truth.
Lady Danbury.
Welcome.
Lady Danbury is my favorite character simply because of how she enters scenes. There is just something about the way that this bitch comes walking in with her walking stick, looking so fucking elegant. She's like, yeah, I know that I'm the main character. What a fucking about it. It's beautiful to see. I love it every single time. But yeah, getting into what we just heard, I am surprised considering, well, not surprised, that's the wrong word. It's just, it was, after seeing how Simon had been behaving and how, like, distant he was from Daphne physically and, like, being very jumpy with her and, like, being all caught up in his head, I was surprised to hear him so, like, concrete on the fact that he would look after her, take care of her, it's his responsibility now. Like, he wasn't umming and ahhing when he was explaining that, so it's interesting. I was expecting him to be a little bit more lost in his head still when it came to every aspect, but it seems as though he's accepted the marriage in his mind. He's fully come to terms with the fact that it's happening, but it's like being around Daphne herself that's becoming the problem, so we'll see if they get to have a good discussion this episode, but considering most of their discussions are around other people, it might be a little bit tricky, so we'll see. Also, give me 1 second. I'm just going to go grab some water because I'm fucking boiling. Oh, beautiful. Right.
What?
The Archbishop did not see a need.
It is not the Archbishop. It is the Queen.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Give her what she wants. Attention. But she will not respond to begging, and she can sniff out even the faintest whiff of insincerity. So do not lay it on thick.
That sounds complicated. I don't know if I could do that.
You can do that, can you not?
If we're gonna do that, you guys need to get in a room and fucking sit down and talk, because there feels like there's so much being not said here. It just feels too awkward between them. I can't.
I would show you around, but post duty calls.
I love how on the street it was like so quiet as if nothing was happening in here. You get in and it's like, Jesus.
You should go home to your brother, perhaps.
But I'm receiving far too warm a welcome here.
Okay, maybe I was wrong about the potential queerness. I was just getting so many vibes last episode. To be fair, just because he's gay with a woman now doesn't mean that there couldn't be something there, but... Oh. Okay, never mind. Maybe we will be exploring some queerness. It's when this always happens. I'm always like questioning something and then it gets revealed and I'm like, oh wait, maybe not. Mate. Simon needs to stop drinking his problems away. Like, I understand considering his past why this is his coping mechanism. Like, I'm not shocked at all. But come on, bro. This is not healthy. It's not good. Daphne is standing there. She's wanting to talk to you. I think it would be good if you just have a fucking sit down, express what's going on inside of you, express whatever turmoil this is, talk about it, figure out a path forward with the two of you because you're going to be fucking married. You're going to be together. You might as well have a sit down and talk. Just drinking the problems away is, in fact, not going to make them go away.
I know you care for them. Feelings are irrelevant. They're responsible for this mess. And let them get the better of me.
Oh, so he's feeling some inner shame. So he's fighting inner shame for his own personal shame and equally the shame of taking something away from her because of how he sees it. Okay, well, now we have a clear rundown of what's in his head. I hope he discusses it with her.
He'll propose to me. I am sure of it. That boy is barely out of leading strings. He has 2 older brothers and they're still running from the yoke.
Yeah.
If I were to marry Mr. Bridgerton, you would be connected to what I gather is a very powerful family indeed. Think what that could do for your girls.
Okay.
If I have not secured a proposal from Mr. Bridgerton by then, I shall accept Lord Rutledge with a smile on my face.
Wow, set our own little time clock.
That is only assuming we wait until the wedding night to consummate the union. You will seduce him. I will do what I must.
Oh, Penelope, you sneaky bitch. It's one of those really unfortunate things, isn't it? 'Cause it's like Penelope is not doing good by Marina here at all, because like she's in such a shit situation. She needs a way out. This could be so good for her. But then obviously Penelope's feelings for Colin are now coming into play, which are causing issues, because Penelope is going against Marina, ruining her only chance of basic happiness for the rest of her life. It's like, I don't know who to see as like the bad person here, because in a way Marina is also seducing Colin, bringing him into something that he is not prepared for, something that he hasn't asked for. So I don't think anyone's really doing good here, but it's like, fuck. Especially, I think it's bad because Penelope is going against someone that she has been like supporting this whole time, so it feels worse, you know? The king?
My king.
Oh my god, hello.
How's little George? Grows plumper by the day, in fact. After your meal, perhaps we could take a walk like we used to do.
And how is dear Emily? Can you bring her to me?
Who's Emily?
Amelia was ill. Several years ago.
She came to my room about a fortnight ago.
Oh.
What have you done? What has this woman done to my child? Majesty. No, what have you done?
Oh my god.
What have you done?
Oh my god. You bitch.
Hello, Editor Harry here. I just thought I'd leave a quick message because I have seen quite a couple comments about Queen Charlotte and whether I am going to be watching it. Basically, I already have. We have finished Bridgerton over on Patreon. I was just waiting for a slot to open up on YouTube to then start uploading them, and it finally happened, so I've been able to get into season 1. But yes, we completed season 3 about 2-3 weeks ago, I think, and it was absolutely incredible. I adore this show. My love for it has only grown over time. Queen Charlotte, however, is my favorite of every single season, so rest assured, it will be coming, and it broke my heart, and it put it back together, it broke it again, it did it over and over, and it was absolutely incredible. But yeah, that scene, oh my god, watching this has been such a pleasure when I go back to edit, because I never like being as behind as I am on YouTube shows compared to Patreon. It was never a goal of mine, but it was only recently that I was able to get my ADHD diagnosis and meds to actually function as a normal human being, and to be able to get things out in a timely manner. So many apologies for getting behind on things, but I have to say it's almost more lovely being able to have this break, because to be able to have completed the show, go back, still have Bridgerton in my life, but also to get to watch these moments between Charlotte and George before Queen Charlotte is so amazing, because you really do pick up on the little bits that you missed at first, you know, where you were like questioning it, being like, oh, what's this relationship? What's going on here? Oh, we don't have much information. To go back and watch it again, oh my god, it's practically brain breaking. You know what I mean? But yeah, rest assured, Queen Charlotte is going to be coming to YouTube because we have limited slots. What I am going to do, and I'm sorry if this upsets some people, but it's got to be done. We are going to pause Bridgerton after season 2, do Queen Charlotte, and then resume season 3 after that, because obviously Queen Charlotte took place in the gap between the two of them, and so it makes sense to do it then, and I can't do it concurrently with Bridgerton, so we are just gonna have to pause for a little bit. But if you are a lover of Bridgerton and you haven't seen Queen Charlotte, this will be the time to do it, because honestly, I adored season 2. Season 2 is still my favorite season of Bridgerton. Don't get me wrong, loved season 3. It was just a very different dynamic to season 2. Season 2 was like quintessential what I love in a romance storyline, and that's just what sold me, you know? But of all 4 of them, Queen Charlotte takes the mantle, so if you have not seen it, I implore you, if you love Bridgerton, go and watch that season. It is heartbreaking in the best ways. I don't know how else to describe it, you know? Those who have seen it will know what I mean, but yes, anyway, with that said, let's get back into the video.
Don't get me wrong, he probably has got some form of like, I don't know, dementia, something going on. The oftentimes comes with things like anger outbursts and everything. And it's hard to not put, like, it's hard to accept that, like, that's not really the person that you knew before. You know, they are being influenced by the disease. It is affecting them, and it does fucking suck, stuff like that. But yeah, that adds a whole different layer to her character then. Wow. So they had a child, I'm assuming, who was ill and passed, which, damn, that fucking sucks. Bless you. It's the way that he turned and said, like, what have you done to my child, you bitch? It does have me wondering. It's like, yes, this could very well be just part of the disease taking over, causing him to be erratic and aggressive. But I wonder if this is like something that happened in their marriage before then, though. Was he always like this? Was he always quite dismissive of her, not listening to her? Because when she was talking about the walk and everything, he just completely ignored it. But it did seem like she had a level of love there. It did seem like sitting down with him and actually talking to him, it's like she remembered a good time and it felt good for her for a second. So I don't think that's the case. I think they must have had a good, healthy, happy marriage, but it then turned to shit when whatever this is took him over, bless.
Miss? Rose, is everything all right?
Rose, do you go to sleep?
I assure you I'm managing everything. I will be ready.
I know you will. The Duke.
Oh, she's confiding. Okay, let's go.
He will be a good husband to you, good father as well.
About that.
Miss?
He cannot have children. I shall not pretend to understand the extent of his physical impediment.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even consider that she thinks it's a physical impediment. That could cause dispute later on if it comes out that it's not physical and it's him just deciding, because that could like cause a lot of drama in her mind and make her really frustrated, thinking, oh my god, so you can give this to me, why won't you? You know, I feel like it'll be a point of contention going forward. Oof.
Theirs is a happy union.
Aww.
Because they love each other.
You love each other as well.
At least your aunt has that.
I promise you, Daphne, there is love between the two of you. It's just a shit situation right now, which is why that love is hard to see. Aww, what little cute doggies. Oh, I have to say, least favorite color on the planet, I think, but she's still serving.
Let your young people come forward.
Will they be able to sell it? I don't think so, honestly.
I simply could not ignore my long-standing affection for the Duke. It was love at first sight.
It was not, Your Majesty.
Oh, okay.
There was attraction, certainly, at least on my part. But Miss Bridgerton thought me presumptuous, arrogant, insincere. All fair, really.
To be fair, they said to be honest, so this probably is going to work.
But in so removing it, we found something far greater. We found friendship. You see, Miss Bridgerton and I have been fooling all of Mayfair for quite some time.
Oh.
Miss Bridgerton, conversation has always been easy.
Aww.
Her
That's actually
laughter brings me
really
joy.
fucking sweet.
It is with my sincerest apologies. I must say it took the prince coming along for me to realize I did not want Miss Bridgerton to only be my friend. I wanted her to be my wife.
Jesus Christ, what an admission. Like, yeah, you could say that he could be making this up in front of the Queen. I don't think so. I think he's just spoken truly from the heart. And that was fucking beautiful, mate. Go off.
Perhaps unusually lucky to understand friendship to be the best possible foundation a marriage can have, even if that foundation should crumble as quickly as it was built.
Aww.
Do you wish to marry this man?
I do. Is it happening now? Like, are they getting married? Is that what you're saying? Going into this, she is thinking that it is a physical thing that is holding them back from having children. So I think that once she finds out it's a mental block and that's why he doesn't want them, he just simply does not want kids. It's not something he sees in his life. He is fully against it, which I don't fully agree with. I think that he does on some level love the idea of a family. He's just so, he spun it so negatively in his head that he can't get past it. But what I was saying before is I feel like once it comes out that it's more of a mental thing, that's going to be a huge issue for Daphne. It's going to cause so many issues in the relationship, but like they'll be married. What's done is done. There's no divorce. There's no getting out. You are together. So we shall see how this develops. Oh, you look beautiful, my darling. God, even Eloise is looking like, damn, you look beautiful. Oh, but that isn't as happy as I was expecting. Maybe she's just scared for the future or something. It's also probably quite nerve-wracking knowing that you've been waiting for this day for so long.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Boom. Sealed, locked in. Sucks that they've like locked themselves in before actually having a big discussion about everything, but what's done is done.
What about him? He seems pleasant.
Penelope.
You can choose anyone but him.
Oh.
He is my friend, Marina. I have known him forever, and I do not want him to be tricked and deceived into a lifelong commitment.
Oh, shit.
I will be a good wife to Colin, and he a good husband and father, however young and well-liked by you he may be.
Oh, and well-liked. Ooh, I wonder if she's sensing anything.
Oh.
Oh. They haven't spoken since the outburst. Here we go.
I should I?
Girlies, come on. Let's talk.
Catch my breath? Certainly, Miss Thompson, please.
It's all so funny. Oh god, I'm feeling a little faint. How is he going to respond to this?
I can hardly believe I'm saying this, but we cannot go further.
Damn, okay.
You are a lady, and I must maintain your honor and mine.
And mine.
You right. I am a lady, and you, a gentleman.
Where do we go from here, though? Fuck.
I know we have only known each other a short while, but, well, would you want to marry me, Miss Thompson?
Jesus fucking Christ, where did that come from? What?
But let us not say anything now. It is my sister's day.
Of course.
I was very much taken by surprise. Still not fully processed what just happened there. Okay. End of the season, though. She's got to either try and get this man to sleep with her, or there is going to be trouble.
Dear child, have you lost your wits? Everyone enjoys secrets. Otherwise, why would Lady Whistledown's paper be so successful?
Like, sorry, a couple things to discuss. That's why I've paused. One, her hair, the black with the red. Go the fuck off, girly. That is such a beautiful combination. Equally, Daphne, no one is explaining to her why her wedding night is so special, why the honeymoon needs so many night dresses. It's like, guys, give the women some fucking advance notice. Let them understand what's going to happen here. It's so unfair to send them off with zero fucking idea. It makes me sick to my stomach because, like, when they're not expecting it and it happens, it must be so scary and so, like, what's going on, you know? I hate it. But yeah, getting to what Eloise was saying. So this is the trouble when it comes to figuring out who Lady Whistledown is, because the only real things that we have to go on is that Lady Whistledown is probably an intellectual and has money, because they need to be able to produce this paper, and also the way the paper's written, they are definitely an educated woman. But the problem with finding out that identity is everyone loves secrets. The whole point of Lady Whistledown is that everyone is sharing secrets. Like, the information is bumping from one person to another until it gets to Lady Whistledown. That's how she has all of the information. So it's going to be really fucking hard to figure out who exactly it is.
Your Majesty, what evidence have you gathered? Are you requiring your queen to ask again? Tell me what you know.
Give me the tea, bitch.
The other night. What happened the other night? I do not believe anything happened at all.
I like that. Shown where he stands.
I believe you know Mr. Bridgerton. My wife, Mrs. Lucy Granville.
Wife?
Pleasure, Mr. Bridgerton.
Excuse me? Is Girly aware of the situation? Because if she's not aware of what you do in your own time, I have a bit of an issue with that, but...
This is all... I must take a moment, excuse me.
Yeah, because you're not talking about it, and it's getting overwhelming for both of you. It's getting ridiculous. You need to have a sit-down talk. You're fucking married now. We need either the mum or Simon to go up. Mother. Perfect. The best person to go up, because she's the one who will truly give Daphne the best information.
Whatever took place between the two of you, you may very well know some things already.
I know nothing, I assure you.
It's right. Two things from this before we get fully into it. One, it sucks how awkward this kind of conversation is, because it's not awkward in the sense of, like, these kind of conversations are always awkward even in modern times, but that's not why it's awkward. It's awkward because you can see on her face she's comfortable, because it feels very unladylike, which that concept alone is so frustrating, so annoying. Like, why is that the case? Just have an open and honest discussion with your daughter. It's so like, I'm not annoyed at her, I'm annoyed at the society, to be clear. It's just like so aggravating. But secondly, I am glad that at least at this point, even though it's far too late in my opinion, at least she is finally giving her some information. Because my God, imagine going into that wedding night, laying there, and the man starts, like, touching you, starts, like, going places that you weren't aware that he was gonna go. Like, that would be so fucking weird. Like, you wouldn't understand what's going on. You'd be like, is this normal? Like, what's happening? It would be so overwhelming. So glad that there's finally some information, but we will see the extent of that information, because I don't think she's going to go into details.
When you were younger, do you remember we had 2 hounds in the country?
Where the fuck are you going with this? Oh, did they have kids?
But there were puppies.
Good analogy. I like that.
See, so this act, it is performed to have children.
Yes. Oh.
Well, you haven't got to worry then, because it won't be happening then.
I still have so many questions, Mama.
Well, that sucks.
I know we cannot be any more different, but there is one thing we do share: the certainty that you will make your own way in this world. I'm sure of it, Eloise.
Aww, that was really sweet. Oh, my little heart.
Your room of grace is just over here.
Oh, they have separate rooms.
I requested a separate room.
He requested it. Okay. Yep.
Should I?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh God. Well, this is a very awkward start to the marriage. Let's just say that. Oh, she's going. Oh, but he's already here.
Endure a wordless dinner together on our wedding night.
That is not what I would prefer.
Simon.
You are mistaken.
Said all but a few words to me.
In order to keep myself from saying the wrong things.
The problem with stuff like this, though, mate, is you've got to be careful, because when you start making assumptions and you start doing things that you think are in the best interest of another person without discussing it with them, without actually having a conversation, that's where it leads to miscommunication. That's where it leads to her having a misunderstanding of your intentions, and it causes so many issues. You can't keep doing this. It doesn't work that way. Communication between two individuals has to be a two-way street. You can't just keep all the information to yourself and keep making decisions for her. No.
I knew you wanted nothing to do with me. And understandably so, after forcing you to make an unimaginable sacrifice, you wanted a life with children, a love match. And yet,
this cannot be any more different.
Ooh, damn. But it seems like he loves her.
You for dinner momentarily.
Does he think she doesn't love him? Is that the problem?
everything I told the Queen was true.
Yeah.
I cannot stop thinking of you.
I think he thinks she doesn't love him because of what he's taken away from her.
I am yours, Daphne. I have always been yours.
Oh, what words. I think I'd faint hearing that.
That is what happens.
When one is angry.
When one burns for someone who does not feel the same.
You silly boy.
Why do you think I followed you into that garden?
I went into that garden.
Yes. My God, talk to her.
It is you I cannot sacrifice. I burn for you.
Finally. Okay. It's so frustrating to watch them, like, think the other person doesn't feel the same. And it's like, no, that's not what's happening. Thank God we had this talk finally. Well, now that we know that he thought it's because she doesn't love him, it all makes so much more sense.
Do you want me to stop?
No, you don't. Hello. Damn. Also, excellent music choice as well. Like, this feels so sweet.
You touch yourself. Like we talked about. Show me.
I feel a bit pervy, I will say that, though. I don't like that I'm watching this happen. You know what I mean?
This may hurt a moment.
And boom. The marriage has been consummated? Consummated? I've never actually said the word. Doesn't feel right. Ah. It is as I thought then. Took it out before anything happened.
How do you feel?
Amazing.
I feel
Tired. In need of a snack. Bless. Oh, that was the end. Fuck. I was not expecting that. Okay. Damn, though. Okay. Well, a lot of things happened this episode that I wasn't expecting, so I'm going to gather my thoughts and try and figure out how I'm actually feeling about this marriage, because I have very mixed feelings, but yeah, we'll see. So yes, there we have season 1, episode 5 of Bridgerton. That was absolutely fantastic, but my God, I was not expecting them to be married this episode. I was thinking like episode 7, maybe 8. Episode 5? We still have 3 whole episodes of the season, which is crazy to me. I don't quite know how to process that when it comes to the fact that, like, what I was considering the main storyline of the season being the, like, build-up of the romance to getting married. What I was thinking of that, it seems so fucking early, so not quite sure where we're gonna go from here. In terms of the drama aspect, I think his ability, well, not inability, I think his inability to have children being from a physical side in her mind, then finding out that it's because he doesn't want them, or he thinks he doesn't want them, I think that's going to be a main contention for drama between the two of them. I feel like that's going to be a big deal for her, because so far she's thinking that he has no control over it. It's more so that he's asking her to give it up because he physically will never, ever be able to have children. It's an absolute, it cannot happen. Whereas when she finds out that it can happen, he's just choosing not to. That's going to be a completely different story in her eyes. So we'll see where they go in terms of their marriage and everything, because, I mean, she explained it to her mother, but she didn't. She didn't explain to her mother, like, truly, there will be no children from this marriage. I think her mother was more seeing it as, like, Daphne thinks, oh, what if worst case we can't have children? And she's like, oh, don't be silly, you can. I think that's more where her mum was coming from, so that will also be a point of contention. That will also be something that will be brought up when her mother finds that out, so we will see about that as well. But yeah, 3 whole episodes left with the marriage already done. kind of throws a spanner in the works for me, because I don't understand how they're going to fill in all that time. Maybe the finding out about the kids thing is going to be even bigger than I'm thinking. Maybe it's going to be like a true Daphne's going to be lost because she doesn't understand it. I guess we will see. But yeah, it was probably my favorite episode this season, not just because of that, but also because we explored quite a few different areas. We explored, can't remember his name, but the guy who was with Benedict, the guy who was like having a gay moment with another man. We explored that a bit more, and now we found out that he's also married. So the plot thickens with that side of things, trying to understand him as a person, trying to understand what it means to be a queer person in this society. He obviously has needs that he is getting out, but it is separated from his marriage, which seems very wrong in this society. Like, even in our society, if you're in a monogamous relationship, it is of course wrong. Obviously there are different relationships in the world, and some people do not mind with things like that, but in this society it's not even like a possibility. It's a complete out of the question kind of thing. So I guess we'll see. I hope that we get more of an explanation from him as to how his marriage works, if his wife's aware, if it's one of those things where like she's just kind of accepted it and is going with the flow, or if it is a complete secret. I guess we shall see. But other areas that we explored, also the queen, her like more complex relationship with the king than I originally thought. That's going to be really cool to explore even more. I did see a lot of people saying that they do want Queen Charlotte, so we probably are going to do that as an in-between season 2 and 3. So not too long before we see that, but that'll be a really cool thing to explore now that I've seen how much more complex their relationship is. She did also say something later on in the episode. I'm trying my hardest to remember her exact wording. It was to do with friendship. She said something about, you've discovered that like the key to a happy marriage is indeed friendship, even if that friendship doesn't always last. It was something along those lines. It was something to do with, even if it crumbles as quickly as it was built up. I think that was her wording. Which I do think implies that their marriage was originally a very happy, very loving, very caring marriage. Then, obviously, due to his mental health and seemingly dementia or something along those lines, it has now crumbled. And it was really, if that is where we're going, which I think it is, it was very sad to see the emotion that she was putting into the scene, because it very much felt like someone who like saw a semblance of their past love, saw a semblance of their husband, him asking her to sit with him. Like, it felt like genuine, like, oh really? Okay, like, yeah, I'll come sit down. And then we saw it crumble, and we saw that like hard exterior that she normally has completely come over again, locked herself off. Sort of, it felt like she almost felt a little bit of shame within herself for allowing herself to feel like that was going to be a genuine moment again. Just really fucking sad overall. So hope we get a little bit more explanation from her, but I know we're going to get it in Queen Charlotte, so that'll be cool to explore later on as well. But yeah, overall, absolutely fantastic episode. Love the things we explored. Can't wait to see where the drama goes from here. With that said, though, I have not checked if we have any Patreon questions, so bear with me while I go and see. We do not. Okay, as always, if you do have any questions for next episode, be sure to put it there. I post it normally at the exact same time that I post the reaction itself. So if you have any questions for next episode, if you have anything that you like specifically want to make sure that I discuss, go ahead and put it there. But equally, if not, don't worry, no pressure. I'm just saying, because sometimes I realize that I don't actually explain question time to people. I don't actually bring it up a lot. I just expect that people know it's there. So if you have any, be sure to put them down. But yes, with that said, like I said, great episode. Can't wait for next time, and I can't wait to see you there as well. But with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon, where you're able to find the early and uncut reactions to Bridgerton and all the other shows that I do. Also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.